not be scared of hard work. Let's get out there and do it. Rightfully gain one of the most amazing feelings we can ever accomplish. We can ever get accomplishment. I know that many of you in this room, I know some of you, and I know some of you have accomplished big things. There's 3 people in here that I know for sure have accomplished big things. But I don't know the rest of you, but I'm sure that you have all accomplished something in your life that you set out to do. And, correct me if I'm wrong, oh, what a feeling that is. It's an amazing feeling to set out and do something you desire to do and actually do it. So don't be scared of hard work. Don't be scared of effort. Go out there and accomplish something. Now we're going on to goals. I can't talk about goals without first talking about what it means to have SMART goals.
Sorry, a battery just exploded.
Of course it did.
Me neither.
I thought somebody had a soda.
That's what I thought.
I would like to touch on this.
Oh.
A little too hot?
I don't know. Till I'm gone.
Okay. Do not direct your attention towards Amanda. I would like to touch on this as I see it as important. SMART goals are important. I kind of want to talk about each one of these aspects before I get on and go on and elaborate things about what I feel is important. SMART is an acronym that you will find if you go on the internet and you Google how to reach a goal. You're probably going to find SMART goals all over the place. Okay? And all that is an acronym, and the S actually stands for specific. And specific, it just means clarity is needed. Generalization does not work in achieving goals. And I'm going to give you some examples here. We're going to talk about several different goals because we're here about all kinds of goals. You have a goal, I want to lose weight. Alright? I want a good job. Okay? I want to own my own business. I want to make a lot of money. Now, I think you'll agree with me, those are all pretty big. Specific. I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to be a lawyer in a firm in the top 10, one of the firms in the top 10 of the nation. I want to have a fitness business, and I want to be a personal trainer, and I want to maintain at least 50 clients in any given time. Specific. I want to make $300,000 a year. Specific. Okay? You know the difference between specific and vague. Measurable. Without a measurement, I want to lose 20 pounds. Without a measurement, you don't know how you succeeded. When you lose that 20 pounds, you've reached your goal. So you know you're succeeding. So you need measurement. Achievable and realistic, they kind of go together. Achievable, high standards are needed. Don't get me wrong, don't lower the bar. Put yourself a high standard out there. But not too extreme that you decrease your success rate. You gotta get some goals under your belt. Start feeling good, okay? And realistic, I'm a realist at heart. I am a scientist at heart. Got a clinical laboratory science degree. I've always been a scientist at heart, so I tend to be a realist. I tend to think about facts and science a lot. But I also dream big. I have huge faith and I have huge dreams. But there's just some things that you literally just aren't able to do, and if you are, then I would love to see it. And then I know this is a very extreme example, but this is kind of how I want to put your head around it. I'm 4'9" and I want to be 6 foot. That's my goal. I'm not sure how you're going to do that. But if you find a way, that's great, that's cool, and I want to see it. Alright? So that's what I mean by able to do. I'm not saying lower the bar too far. Because you got to think, is this actually going to happen? And then time targeted, we are going to get way more into that later, but without specific time, procrastination does set in. Alright. We all know what a SMART goal is now. Got that down. From here, I'd like to get a little more detailed, spinning off from all these aspects and talking about all things I feel are important and how to tackle them when it comes to goals. And from here on, a lot of this stuff comes from my own personal development, from my own heart, things that I've actually thought about and come up with myself. It's kind of a combination of my growth in life and thus far. So clarity is power. What do I mean by that? We must have a clear vision of our goal with very specific, there's that word again, objectives. Without clarity for what we want in the end, we're less likely to move towards that goal. It's really vague. We don't know where we're going. This is a little picture I got here in this quote I want you to see. We see in order to move. We move in order to see. This is at the Burgoo 5K we had a couple weeks ago, which everybody should attend next year, in New Berlin. And this guy, he was the leader of the pack. And I'm standing right here, and he's got to go all the way to the end of this road. And there's a cone there that he had to turn around. Okay? So I'm telling him where to go. So he knows where to go now. He sees it. He starts moving towards it. As he gets closer, he sees it better because he's getting closer to his goal. We see in order to move, and we move in order to see. It's the same thing with every single goal that you have. You have to have clarity of what your goal is. I want to talk about these 6 aspects that I think are important. Some of them go hand in hand, they're together, but I kind of want, they each have their own place. Very first and foremost, and this is something that people forget to do, and I didn't do for a very long time. And until I got to be around more people that are successful in my personal training and also in Beachbody, that I start thinking more about why. You need to know your why. Why in the world are you doing this? Why do you want this goal? And then, at the same time, what is the purpose of this goal? If I achieve this goal, what does that do? What's the purpose of this goal? Together, I like to think of those as our motives. Our motives towards our goal. And this is going to be on a personal note, but I hope everybody takes this to heart. I personally have found that when our motives are not completely dressed in selfish intent, you're more successful. And what I mean by that is, you want to be, you're a size 10, you want to be a size 4, because you were 5 years ago. That's wonderful, and you want to do that because you want to feel good, you want to look good, you want to have confidence. That's great. We all need to love each other. Ourselves, I guess. We all need to love ourselves. We all need to feel good. I'm a huge advocate of that. But you need to start thinking further than that. If I'm a healthier person and I'm feeling better about myself and I'm feeling better in general, what can I do for others? What can I do for my family? What can I do for my friends that I couldn't do before? What can I do for my coworkers? And yes, what can I do for my boss that I couldn't do before? Show up to work more because I feel better and I'm not sick. Start thinking of ways that you can contribute to others in this life. It motivates you more, I promise you, and it gets you to be more successful. Details. It's pretty simple, I can't really elaborate on that. Get as detail-oriented as possible on what your goal is to give you clarity. Write it down. I worked in jobs for years, and they said, it's that time of the year, write your goals down. Okay, wrote my goals down. But until I understood all this whole aspect of all this stuff, I didn't know what I was doing. I just wanted to do my work. I just wrote goals down because they told me to. But now that I get all this, my head's around all this goal thing, I understand what writing it down does for you. And I write my goals down. I write my new goals down that I get. I wrote my goals down on January 1st for the year, and I wrote personal and professional goals. Now here's the key also, is you need to put it somewhere where you can see it easily. Don't write it down and put it in a drawer. I've got it on my bulletin board at home, and actually I'm thinking about moving it because I never go to that bulletin board anymore. You can put it in multiple places. If you're trying to lose weight, write your goal down and put it on your refrigerator door. Put it on the mirror that you're going to look in every single morning. Your laptop screen, write it on your laptop screen when you open your laptop. There it is. Remind yourself all the time what your goal is. Why? Because we need to visualize it. You need to visualize it, and if you can't actually see it, sometimes when you're actually trying to lose weight, and I know I'm going to use that a lot because that's what I'm familiar with. When you're trying to lose weight, you got old pictures of yourself, or maybe a picture of somebody else, which I'd rather you do old pictures of yourself, that you want to look like. Well, take that picture, put it somewhere, visualize it, see it. Sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes it's goal that you've never been, that want to be a lawyer. When you're going to have to use some meditation, you're going to have to use some imagination and think about what it looks like to you when you get there. And in the end, which I think is the most important, is you got to own it. No matter how far away that goal is, we must be able to see and feel it and even hear it. You need to make it a part of you. This is very important. You need to make it a part of you as if you will attain it. Not as if you might attain it. As if you were actually going to attain it. You need to see it, you need to feel it, you need to see yourself there. You have to become your goal, and your goal has to become you. Alright, guess what's up next? Yep, you have to put a deadline in there. This is easy when you're dealing with things like powerlifting competitions, which I know somebody in this room that just did one. And you know when that competition is. So you know that you've got to get your abilities up to where they need to be by the time the competition is there. It's kind of easy when you're going to open a new business and you want to open the day after Thanksgiving. You know when you're going to open that business, so you know you got to do A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z before then. But not every goal is like that. I want to lose 20 pounds. There I go again. I want to lose 20 pounds, but you don't set a deadline. What happens if you don't set a deadline?
You got forever to do it.
That's right. You got forever to do it. Procrastination sets in.
Yes.
Tomorrow. I'm going to start tomorrow. Wait, you know what? I'm going to start Monday. I'm going to get this weekend under my belt. If you don't put something right there, you're not going to start. The date and the time, or actually the date, you can put a time too if you want. The date that you put on that calendar, that's where you set your mind from here on. Every step, every decision, every choice from here is based on that deadline. Once again, I'm a realist, so you won't always reach your goal by that deadline. It happens. We'll talk about that later. You move around it, you move forward, you don't stop, but you need that. And why do you need it? What's it do for you? It holds you accountable. Like I said, you put a date there, then you know you got to start. Makes it real. How real, more real can you get if you actually have a clear vision, a clear goal, a clear purpose, a clear why, and you put a date to it. That's real. And what I think is most important is it makes you focus on the future. The future. Your future. Your choices. Your destiny. The future is a time to start thinking about the new you. Thus begins Power Thoughts, Mind Renewal.